to see my screen?
Yes.
Okay. Now consider I'm having two different files. So here, if you look at this, these are all the data source connections. Now I want to
Right.
take the information from two different sources. One is I'm clicking on Excel sheet. I go to the module one, data set. I go to the cross join and I'll click on this. This is one of the sales 2016 data.
Okay.
Okay. I have the sheet one and okay, this is the data set. Now this sheet one, this is your, I make it as a sales. Okay.
Hmm.
I've got it from the Excel sheet. Now what I'll do, I'll click on the add one more. This is the button. I'll add it. And here I am not going to click on the Excel sheet now. I'll click on the text file because I want to bring the information from two different data sources. So in this
Okay.
case, this is one flat file, nothing but a CSV file. This is a text file and one more is the Excel file. So automatically this product 2016 is nothing but a one sheet name inside this product and that came here. Maybe if I want, I'll just make it as a product. Okay. Here I have a sales and here I have a product. So if you observe, this is the product, and after this it started with sales, which is
Right.
nothing but these many are coming from the product and these many are coming from the sales. Okay,
Right.
now what I did, I took it from two different data sources, but you took it
Hmm.
from the same Excel sheet on the sample
Yeah.
superstore or global superstore. The way is correct. The way you did is
Okay.
correct. But now why I brought it? Now buy a product, I want to know the sales value. In this one, if I just click on it, so it is joined based on the product ID. It's very mandatory that we should have a one common column between these two. And
Okay.
then if you want, you can just click on the left join. So where you'll have all the data set from the left table, that's a sales table, and only matching data set from the product table. So it's a reverse. If I click on this right join, all the
Right.
data set from the product, only matching from the sales. Full outer,
Hmm.
both the data set. For
Right.
now, I'll go with the inner join only, and I'm getting the data set here. Okay,
Okay.
so far clear?
Yes.
Now, so I will click on the sheet one. I get inside the sheet, and if you look at here, now currently I've got a dimension as well as a measure. So in the dimensions, you see we are having two different data sources. One is
Right.
product, one more is sales. Maybe if I click on this, right now it is grouped by a data source table. If I click on this, I want to, okay, I'll click on the group by a folder. If I click on this, automatically that sales and product goes off and it creates a one single dimension set.
Okay.
Are you clear with this so far?
Yeah.
I can repeat in case anything. Now,
Yeah.
if you observe, yeah, hmm, yeah.
But why do you need to do this for cross join? You need to
Uh,
do it this way.
Now consider that we are not doing any cross join, we are doing a cross
Oh, okay.
database join.
Yeah.
Cross
Right.
data,
Okay.
nothing but two different data sources. So why
Okay.
you need to do this one just for your like to look good.
Project requirements.
Yeah, it's not about project requirement also. It's simple
Hmm.
that, for example, it will look good if you have it this way. If you
Oh.
want it by a data source table, that also fine. So there
Oh,
is no
okay.
issue.
Right.
It's just that like if you want to put it in a way where you want to get the information from this and this one into one, that's where like if you can group by a folder, so you would be able to see the information in one place.
Okay.
Okay. And if
Okay.
you look at this, there is a product here and there is a product here also. So which is nothing but this is coming from the sales table and this is coming from the products table. And as we know, so we already joined based on the product ID from both of these and with the inner join condition, which means both the tables will have the same data set,
Okay.
same product IDs. If it is 100 here, 100 will be here. So that is the reason what I'll do. I'll click on it and just I'll click on the hide. When I hide it, that goes off. Only one product would be there.
Okay.
Clear?
Yes.
So now let me get into this just to explain. So far, this is two different tables, two different data set, and you will select both of them one by one, and you'll add the data source connection with the text file as well as the Excel file. So if you want, you can rename this. So rename this, which is our data source, and here I would say sales plus product. Okay, and I go here, and we just simply we're joining the EXLS plus CSV.
Okay.
Okay, with you can apply whatever the join you wanted, left, right, or inner and full outer. And this is where you have this single data source from two different files. If you can just do a right click and select group by folders, that will just come in a single dimensions list. Okay, for an example, now if you observe, so consider you want to create one of the product name and the product ID as one of the hierarchy, and this is a year. Okay, now so it depends on this particular chart. uh, they've created category as one of the hierarchy as well as the product name and the product ID is another hierarchy. So in a simple way, if I just go product name, if I just click on this hierarchy, I can create a new hierarchy. So here I'll consider as a product, and I'll just drag the product ID also. Now this is one of the hierarchy. If I just drag and drop, it'll have a product name as well as the product ID in it. So now let me get this. So same way, I can create one more hierarchy. So create a new hierarchy, that's category. Okay, so I'll say main hierarchy, and I'll just drag the subcategory also inside this. Okay, so it's something like this is your parent and this is your child. Now
Hmm.
consider, let me drag this one onto the rows. Whenever I drag like this, you'll have a furniture, office supply, and technology. If I click on this plus sign, automatically it will be distributed based on the parent and child. So furniture will have a bookcases, chairs, furnishing, and tables. Same way, other two. Okay. Now we want to check the information based on this particular category and subcategory. I want to check the sales value. I'll just drag and drop onto the columns. So here, by category, by subcategory, you have the sales value. Okay, and then now I want to see the information by a year. In that case, I'll drag the order date just before the sales. And if you observe, order date has default plus sign, nothing but it's a default hierarchy. When it's a default hierarchy, so what happens, you can just click on it. If you click on it, it goes to the quarters. If you click on the quarter, it goes to the months. If you click on the month, it goes to the day. So this is the four fields available in one of the order date hierarchy. So Tableau will understand whatever the date coming up, that considered as one of the hierarchy for it. For now, so year of order date is one of the hierarchy, and I want to show the information by a year in the 2012. So for bookcases, the sales is 259,396, and we are creating this one from two different data set. That's sales as well as the product. Any doubts?
Okay. It's good.
It's a simple chart creation using two different data sets. That is, one is XLS, one more is CSV.
Right.
Okay,
Okay.
this covers your. Let me go down. Okay, that covers your cross database join. Cross database join, which is coming the two different datasets. Now let's move on to the next one, that is your data blending. This is one, and okay, so now this is another sheet. Consider another sheet, or I can pick the new one. Now we are going to look for the concept of the data blending. For that one, so what I'll do, click on the Microsoft Excel, go back to my data set, maybe basic connection. No, not this. Here I'll pick the global superstore. This is one of the Excel sheet. Okay, now I will pick, this is maybe I'll drag the others. This is one data set. Now again I can add here also, but I'll just get inside the sheet one, and I'm trying to create one simple chart. One is orders, and I'll get the profit. Okay, this is the profit. Now if you look at this, you have the data set from 2011 till 2014 with the profit. Now from here I can click on this particular button, new data source, and I click on the access, and I've already have the access connectivity. Click open. So in this case I can just drag and drop the coffee chain query. Now here I am joining, one is global superstore plus one more is coffee chain database. Okay, now I'll move on to the sheet one. Let me go to the sheet two here. So in this one I'll select the coffee chain. So same report I'll create, data, then think about date, plus I'll drag the profit. Now if you just look at here, you have a data for 2010 as well as 2011, but in your sheet one you have the data for 11, 12, 13, 14. Clear?
I'm not able to see
Now
the bottom of your screen where you can see the year.
this one, you won't be able to see the year.
I can only see the profit side, the bottom one.
Profit. Okay, hold on.
Until 0K,
Now,
I can see. Ah, yes.
okay, there is some. Okay, I'll keep it open this way. Okay, now you understood, right? Now from the orders, nothing but the global superstore, we are having a data set from 2011, 12, 13, 14. In sheet 2, that's only the coffee chain query that has the data set from 2010 and 11. Now I
Okay.
want to join both of these into one. Okay, for that one, what I'll do, I'll click over here, or I'll click on this one, go to the data, and there is one thing called edit relationship. I'll click on this. So if you observe, there is a primary data source is your global superstore, and secondary is your coffee chain query. Now automatically there is a join based on the state. Click OK, and now what I'll do, I'll get the order date over here, and I'll get the profit here, and I'll click on the coffee chain. I'll get the profit again. Okay, and it says fields cannot be used from the coffee chain query data source because there is no relationship to the primary data source in the window. Switch to the coffee chain query data source and click at least one link icon. So something like what we are trying to do here is, now whatever the join condition you created, that is based on the state, and here whatever you're using, that is based on the year. Now what I'll do, I'll go back to my relationship, and I'll click on the custom, I'll click add, and I'll select the order date and choose the year and year from here also. When I just select this, click OK, look at this, there is only 1 point because now I am getting the left outer join result.
Okay.
So in a simple way, in sheet 1, you're getting 11, 12, 13, 14 that you're getting anyways. From the above profit is of your orders, nothing but the global superstore. Below profit is your uh, coffee chain that has 10 and 11, but only 11 is matching. Only 11 is matching. That's why this dot.
Okay.
Now, if you look at this, there is another three null values because the other 12, 13, 14 values are not there in the coffee chain database. If I click on it, you can
Right.
filter it. Filter it. If you click on this one, automatically both of them will show one dot, nothing but a inner join condition. For
Okay.
now, I'll remove this. This is one way. Okay.
Okay.
Consider now. I'll go to the next one. Let me drag the same thing. Profit and the profit. Okay. Now what I'll do, I'll go to the maybe another way. So if I just maybe go back to the sheet 3, and here if I click on the year, it comes to the quarter. So if you observe in the quarter, you have complete straight line. So which is something wrong with it. Something wrong with it. Now, if you observe, the profit is changing. Profit is changing for orders, but still it shows the same. So what happens here is, so if I again go back to the edit relationship, currently it's based on the year. Maybe I can add one more that is based on the quarter. Okay, now if I click OK, look at this. There is a slight change in your graph. So
Okay.
quarter 1, 2, and 3 is up. After that, it inclined to down. So this way, you're making sure that both of these data is being joined properly and getting the results, getting the desired result. This is one way. Now, next thing is I want to get, I want to click on this coffee chain, go to data, and edit relationship. Now, in this case, I want to bring this coffee chain as my primary data source, and this order is your my secondary data source. Okay. So did that happen? No, there is some. Okay, hold on. Coffee chain. Go here. Edit relationship. Okay, click OK. That's perfect. Now drag the date here, and this is your date. And by a profit, this will give you a profit. And from this, you can just drag this profit. So observe now the data from your coffee chain that becomes your left outer join, which has only for 10 and 11. And in the orders, nothing but the global superstore, you have only one dot because only that one is matching with the data which is available in the coffee chain.
Okay.
Okay,
Yeah.
so did you understand? Now I did two things. One is based on the orders order global superstore as my left table, and this is my right table, and coffee chain as my left table, and this is my right table.
Okay.
Okay, both ways, and you're able to achieve the data blending. So this is something like, this is also called as a cross database connectivity. Okay, we use this data blending when we try to have a huge data set. When we have huge data set, then we will use this data blending. So what is data blending? Data blending is something like you try to get the data from different sources and you join it. For example, before 10 version and before, we did not have the joins option to join two different databases. At that time, we were using the data blending technique. But later part, we can do this particular job in the joining also, joins also. Okay. Now,
Okay.
as part of the data blending, here it connects disparate data sources, different data sources, build actionable analytics dataset, apply transformation to enrich data quality, and gain new insights with self-service BI. This some of the advantages. And as you see, this is the primary data source. And one more thing is this one denotes automatic data blending performed by Tableau. Nothing but if I just go here,
One minute,
look
can
at
you tell
this.
me the difference between the join and the blending one more time, please?
Yes, I'll tell you that. So it's the same right now. Okay. Before version 10, before version 10, we did not have the join option for two different data sources. Okay.
Okay.
At that time, there's only one option was data blending to get the information from two different data sources.
Okay.
But nowadays, you can work these things from a join also. For example, just now, however, I shown with the what is it, sales and product. Same way you can do it for this data blending also.
Right.
Okay, you can do it
Okay.
now. But data blending also will be used when you want to have a huge number of data sets. It means if you have the data in GBs, then you better go with the data blending rather going with the joins, which will help us in the performance.
Okay.
So look at this here. So here data joining, combining the data between two or more tables or sheets within the same data source is data joining. So this is kind of a before we used to have. So it's something like you have an Excel sheet. Inside Excel sheet, you have three different sheets: orders, sales, and people. Then you would call that you would make a join between them and create a data set. Here, combining the data from two or more different sources is data blending. Okay, but with the joins, you can even make the uh, data blending technique. Nothing but you can join two or more sources in current version. For example,
Okay.
collecting the information from two different sheets with a single top. This is from the different separate Excel files. You would need it to do a data blend in Tableau. Okay, so here it's generally preferable to avoid data blending when you can combine the two data sources outside of Tableau. Okay, outside of Tableau. And if this is not an option, then you must identify at least one common variable shared by two data sources you want to blend together. Okay, when possible, go for a join rather than a blend. This is more important. So try to go with the join options rather going with the data blending, but have a option like you should know how to do a data blend. Kind of if you need to combine two data sources and whatever the reasons you cannot manage with the join outside of Tableau, your only option is data blend. It's something like what we are telling. Maybe you can just do this data join from your custom SQL or do it from the database only or do it in the ETL stuff. If you're unable to do that stuff and you want to do it in the uh, Tableau, then you would go with the data blending technique. Did you get it or it went on top of
Yeah.
it? You're able to understand, right? At least. So now
Yes.
we spoke about one is data joining, cross database joining using the sales and product table. And here it's we used based on the two different data sets, that's global superstores and the coffee chain database. So if you even observe one more thing, coffee chain database is your what do I say? Hold on. The RDBMS dataset. Coffee chain is your RDBMS database where you can even create the custom SQL also. Okay,
Right.
you can write your own custom SQL
Mm.
to create the create the dataset. Okay, and with the global superstore, you can only have the union, but you cannot write a custom SQL. This is your flat
Right.
file. That one is your RDBMS data. So,
Right.
okay. So these are the two important cross database join methods.
Okay.
Okay. So that covers your module one. Okay. So test your join. So maybe I would be sharing this particular. You all. I've already given the access, right,
Yeah.
to all the mm, modules. I've given all the modules data sets to you,
Yes.
and you can just open and you can go through the module one for now, and try to complete this assignment. This is a simple assignment here uh, with this sales and product. If you don't get this sales and product, let me know. I'll forward it to you, and do these two things and send it to me, please.
Okay.
Okay, that's a simple exercise. And do you have any doubts uh, for whatever we covered so far from the module one?
Okay.
Okay, so if you have any doubts, you can just get back to me.
Okay.
Okay, and hold on, hold on for a minute. Okay, should we continue?
Yes.
Okay, you're good, right?
What?
Okay, I mean, like, are you good, right? You good, right, to
Yes,
continue?
yes, yes.
Because I covered two topics, and let me cover the module two right now. So here
Okay.
we are trying to get to know about the managing extract and what is metadata and how are you going to perform a visual analytics. So managing extract, now if you observe, so we want to get the Tableau extract. This is one of the special type of database where we optimize for use by a Tableau. It's a super fast, portable and great way to handle large data set. For example, now whenever we see any of this, so this is the extract option. So what we do, we most of the time we select this option. We will not select the live option. So live option would be selected only for the management's users. So most of the time we will select the extract thing. Why? Because it is not connected to your database right now, and whenever you need it, you can refresh it. Okay, you can manage these kind of things even for the larger data set. Okay, why we need to do extracts? Because it increases the performance. So data extraction not only offered increased performance when the underlying data source is acceptably very slow, but it can also speed up the performance when use of the custom SQL slowed down. So there are sometimes custom SQL can slow your performance, but with the help of manage extract, it can increase the performance. Okay, and reduce the load. It's like it could because it on the database it could result heavy Tableau user traffic. At that time, it will help us in the reducing the load. And you can work offline with the help of Tableau data extract. You can just take a copy of the Tableau and just work offline, and then when you come online, you can just publish it. Okay,
Okay.
and then publishing Tableau public and Tableau online. Now, whatever that TDE, that's a Tableau data extract, you can even publish like it's a Tableau public only supports TDE, nothing but we got one more tool that is Tableau public. That would be useful for practice purpose only, and Tableau desktop will be used for the full version. So here in this one, so when you just work on the Tableau public, it supports only the TDE. It will not support the live connection. So, but Tableau Online can connect to live cloud-based data sources. So it's kind of a common data source used in the environment. That's a TDE, Tableau Data Extract. Okay, managing extract, it's something like you can just click on that particular data source and you can use this live, like use extract. When you use extract, I mean, like if you just click on it once again, automatically it connects to the live data set. For now, maybe I'll show you that in the sheet one. So use extract. So you can keep this because for now this is extract. Go to sheet one. This is global superstore. So this use extract. So by default, when you have anything, it'll have a use extract. You can create a new extract by just keeping this one and extract it. That gets extracted to a specific location also. This is something like a data set. You're just trying to publish it. For that one, you're getting an extract.
Okay.
Okay. So if you don't want, you can just uncheck that. And
I have a
when you talk about metadata,
question.
yeah, go ahead, please.
In case we work with the extract data and when you publish it, but if there are any changes in the data at the live, so will it affect?
Yes, it will affect on the back end. From the back end, it is going to eat some of the performance also because something like it is connected directly to your data set. So, but most of the time when you publish it, it will not change back to live. But if you want, you can change it back to live in the Tableau server end. From the Tableau server, you can change it back to live connection.
Okay,
There is an
so if I want to publish in the server, so I should make sure make it live, the data live first, and then I should publish it, right?
you can do that way. Plus, you can publish it and you can make it live later also. You
Okay,
have both options.
okay,
So as part of developer, you would be able to manage both of them.
okay.
Okay. Understanding the metadata. So when you talk about metadata, for example, consider this is your real Earth, physical appearance of the Earth, and this is your latitude and the longitude, which will give you about the data about a data. That's your metadata. This is actual data set, and this is your metadata. Nothing but based on what you wanted. And here it's something like these metadata will not change. So if I say this metadata will not change, the metadatas are like account, customer name, client. In this case, if I give an example, you have a metadata. It's kind of a name of the book, author of the book, publisher of the book, price of the book, ISBN, page number. This will not change. Okay, this will not change. And in metadata in BI is something like it's a data about a data. It will just explains about a specific context and a validity of a business information in a simple word, which will not change. Okay, which will not change are nothing but metadata. For an example, consider your bank account will not change on a daily basis. The mostly it will not change, and there are chances that you might get multiple bank accounts, but every bank accounts will be static. That's your metadata. But inside that bank account, whatever the amount you see, that will change maybe on a daily basis or a weekly basis. So because you will be doing the transactions. Okay, hope you're clear.
Yeah.
In this case, when I just drag the orders, this is one of the real data. This is your metadata, nothing but our country, category, city, customer. These are all metadata and which will not change. Okay, which will not change uh, once it is fixed. So now here we'll talk about the managing metadata hierarchy example. Just now we spoke about one of the hierarchies in our cross database connectivity. Now, if we want, we can just create some more. For example, I want to create some of the hierarchies. Now, I want to create hierarchy based on the region. Maybe I will click on this region, go to hierarchy, create a hierarchy. I'll say mm, iPhone hierarchy. Okay, so when I have like this, so you have a region as one of the hierarchy. Now I want to get whatever the things I needed. For example, maybe on the country. Country, I'll get it just below the region, and same way I'll get city also. Okay, and city, and what else we have? And maybe a postal code, and then anything else? Yeah, we have state, state per country. Okay, this is the hierarchy for me, and I'll drag and drop over here. I would be able to see the region, and I'll click on this plus button, and I would be see under region I have a countries, under country I have the state, under state I have the city, under city I have the postal code. The postal code is the finalized one, so mostly I'm seeing it as null, and after that there is no hierarchy. This is something like a region hierarchy with the 5 different dimensions. Clear?
Yes.
So far good. So this is
Yes.
the hierarchy creation, and if I move on to the next one, so managing the metadata, creating hierarchy, something like whatever I did it. So you can create as many as a hierarchy you wanted. It might be category, subcategory, and so on. So this way you'd be able to create a new hierarchy, and you can just do a drill down and drill up capability. Okay, this is one of the hierarchy way. So whenever you drag it, you can drag it on the rows or columns, and you'll be able to open it and just see the hierarchy. Okay, so another thing is you can create a new folders. For example, if you want to create a new folder, this is hold on. One second, let me try. Okay, so now if you observe, so if you just right click over here, you can create a new folders, and with that, maybe I would say it might be a region, and this is one of the folder. So maybe you can drag this region onto the region. So this will have all the region related data, and up to you. So whatever the folders you want to create, you can create, and you'll be able to maintain it. Okay, so this way you'd be able to create the folders. That is this. Just right click on this, create a folder. Next is changing the data type. So as we already discussed on data types from the data source, you'll be able to change by clicking on this. You'll be able to change the data type, and same way, if required, you can just change the data type for this also. If you just click on ABC, I want to make this as a date, you'll be able to. but this is not the exact date, but it changes to a date format, date data type. But at the end of the day, whatever the data is there, that will be available. And if you want, you can change it from one data type to other data type. Okay, so maybe I'll secret a string, and this is your data type changes. Okay, are you good? Any doubts? Hello?
Yeah, I'm sorry, I muted.
Okay,
I'm
no
good.
problem. Yeah, okay. So I would be stopping it here and till now. So maybe if you have any questions, because this is the visual analytics is the new topic, and from there we will talk about all the charts and other stuff. So we'll begin with the practicals.
Okay.
Okay. So if you have any doubts so far, you can just interact with me.